About what? Great question. How can we figure out what to talk about for 15 minutes?
Go to ChatGPT.
Go to ChatGPT. Ask it to spit out 15 things to talk about in a single topic. Talk about each thing for 1 minute, and you've got 15 minutes. I promise you this. You know more about real estate than most people do, and because you do, when you start talking, 15 minutes will fly by. Like, you'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm trying to keep it into 30 minutes now.
So buying in Costa Rica as an example, and just talk about all the points.
Yeah. Talk about it. So if I were you, I'd be like, okay, hey, ChatGPT, what are the top 10 reasons people buy property in Costa Rica? And it will spit out the top 10 reasons, and I can talk about those 10, and if they're real or not, or important or not. Okay. So we're going to talk about this. You're going to shoot this video. Now, you're going to get a very high quality, expensive film studio to do this. It's called an iPhone or an Android phone for our Android fellas. Either way, this is all you need. Literally, this is all you need. Okay. Now, I will give you a couple pieces of advice. Have good lighting. Right? It could be outside or a room like this, or just go buy a $20 ring light on Amazon or wherever, whatever, and have that. And then sound can be good. The iPhone does a pretty good job of picking up sound. You can also literally buy, no joke, a corded mic with an 8-foot cord that plugs into your phone for $7. $7. Okay? So don't let the technology aspects hold you back. Like, this doesn't have to be complicated, right? Do you even need that? No. Like Andrew was talking about, the shaky videos like this, I wouldn't be actually do that shaky. That's gonna, bug me. But the point is, production quality for what we do as investors actually doesn't matter very much. What matters more is you being real, authentic, and connecting. Because if you do that in your video content, guess what? People will go, man, I really like that Tammy. I really like that Andrea. Like, man, I connect with him or her. I want to talk to them about that. I want to do this with them. I want to do that, right? So build it in. Now, we're going to take that one video. Remember, that's all you got to shoot, one video. And you're going to spawn it into all of this. Now, I'm going to back up just for a second. Step one, take this video. There are AI tools like otter.ai, OTTER.ai, for example. And there's many others, right? You don't have to use the ones that I'm talking about, by the way. I get no affiliate commission for any of these. These are just things that I found. It will rip all of the audio out, and now I've got a podcast. Just like that, my video becomes a podcast. Just like that, that can be transcribed into a blog post that goes to my website, so now I can start getting SEO benefits. I start ranking on Google, okay? Then I can take that blog post, write a condensed form of that, and send a newsletter out. Now, your newsletter when it goes out should probably not be more than about 250 words. So what do? You copy the blog post, you go to ChatGPT, you say summarize this post into 250 words or less, and it will write it for you.
Wow.
And you're able to
by all the chat rooms going, wait, what? Right? So okay. So the point is this, guys. I'm not trying to make more work for you. I'm trying to show you how to be more efficient and get more out of it. So now we've got a podcast, blog, and email newsletter. Great. Next, we're going to go to YouTube. We're going to post that video to YouTube, because why would we not? And by the way, you can ask ChatGPT to give you keywords that people talk about, so now you have keywords. So when Andrew's talking about the title, the topic, and the thumbnail, right? You can do that. Guess who else can create thumbnails for you? AI. Okay? Right? Yeah, so, but we're going to put it, and we're going to do two things. Now, this is an important distinction here. We have one YouTube video. That's going to be your 15 to 30 minute video. Okay, now, in an ideal scenario, you're probably going to hire someone like Andrew or a video editor to mishmash it up and do some things, because YouTube videos tend to be a very stylistic kind of thing. But if that's too much for you, just put it on YouTube. Having something out there is going to be better than nothing at all, I promise you that. Okay? And then as you grow, you can plug in the right team members to help you do more here. The secondary part is you want to spawn this into YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are the same thing as TikToks and Reels. Same thing. It's just YouTube's version instead of TikToks or Facebook/Instagrams. Okay? Now, how do you get that? Well, again, a great video editor who you can get on onlinejobs.ph. If you're not familiar with that website, it's a site to hire Filipino workers. A good video editor is going to run you between $5 and $8 an hour US. That's it. Okay? They will take your 15 to 30 minute video and they should be able to rip out 4 short videos as YouTube Shorts. Now, here's where it gets even better. We can use those same 4 shorts on Instagram and on Facebook. Same exact content, same thing. Write this down, this is an important thing. Your content can't be longer than 60 seconds. It cannot be longer than 60 seconds. That's the longest time frame it can be if you want to use the same video across all the platforms.
Can I actually jump in really quick? It's actually 59 seconds or less. Only because for some stupid reason YouTube will add a second. And as soon as it's
You're right,
over,
right.
if it's 60.1 seconds, now it's no longer a short, it's a regular video.
Correct.
It's
Your point.
So 59 seconds or less. It's nuanced, but I had to say it. Thank you.
59 seconds or less. That's good. You're fine. Now you have 4 YouTube Shorts, 4 IG Reels, and 4 Facebook Reels. Okay? And 4 TikToks. Same thing. Okay? We got seats. Come join us.
Who's the IG again?
Okay. IG stands for Instagram. Right? Now, from that same video, you should be able to pull out 7+ what we call tweet cards. These are just one sentence, 160 characters, one little thing that you can say, right? You should get at least 7. In most 15 to 30-minute videos, you can pull out 20 of these easily, but focus on at least getting 7. You'll pull out 4 Facebook posts. What does that mean? Your editor can pull out a 1-minute clip to use specifically not as a reel, but as a post, because those are different formats on social media. It can be the same content again. It actually doesn't matter that much. Right? It's just a different format. Same thing for IG. We have IG Reels and IG Posts. We can do both of these. From that same video, we will spawn out 3 to 4 Facebook stories and IG stories. These are 15-second clips. 15-second clips. 1 Pinterest post. Just create something around what, like if you were Tammy selling Costa Rica, like why Coco Bay is better than Papagayo.
That's a lot of sites and a lot of passwords and a lot of...
Hang with me.
Okay.
Hang with me. I already know where you're going.
I'm with you.
And we can build one IG carousel. That's where it's a bunch of images side by side, and as you scroll through one to the next, they're all related to each other. Okay? You can have one LinkedIn carousel, same content. You're just posting out 2 different places, and one LinkedIn article. Where do we get our LinkedIn article from? Our blog post up here becomes a LinkedIn article. Okay. Now I know you're looking at this going, what? Okay. Here's the thing. About half of this can be done by AI. The other half of this can be done by a simple video editor from the Philippines for $5 to $8 an hour. You literally just send them the video, you drop it in, and they will spawn all of this for you. And guess what? After they do it 1 or 2 times for you, they will have a system for it, and it will become faster and faster and faster for this stuff to spawn. So now all you have to do is be the entrepreneur. Show up, create one 15 to 30-minute video a week, or block out literally 2 to 3 hours to create all 4 for the next month, and you're done. Send it off to your VA and your AI team. And by the way, your VA can also have the AI do this for you. Your VA, your virtual assistant, can have the AI do this for you. They're all very well trained in that because they understand the benefit of using it. So you don't even have to do any of this stuff. You just shoot one video. Focus on what you need to do, which is showing up as you and being yourself.
So when we're shopping for a VA, what keywords should I be looking for then? If I want them to do it all.
Social media, content creator, video editor, anything of that nature, right? Show them this slide, and if they go, I don't understand, then they're not your VA.
Okay.
If they go, yeah, I can do that, that's your VA.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. But wait, there's more. Did everyone get a screenshot of this picture? And by the way, if you want me to send this to you, there'll be an opportunity at the end for you to give me your information. And just ask me, and I will be happy to send this to you. Okay? Nothing here is super secret. This is what we do. Okay, so there's more. How could there possibly be more, Bob? Well, very simple. You shoot behind the scenes. Think about every DVD or Blu-ray that has ever come out. What happens 2 to 4 months after the DVD releases? It's the extended cut edition with this and this and this and the Matrix going like that, right? So while you're shooting your content, have someone shooting you shooting your content, and guess what? You take all that stuff and you do the same thing again. Okay, now you may not actually create this much from your behind-the-scenes content, but here's the point. It would not be difficult for us to have a second person shooting us shooting our content. Or to just get another phone to shoot us shooting our content. By the way, easy hack, they still make iPod Touches, which are basically iPhones but without a cell connection. They're about half the price of an iPhone, and they work exactly the same, and now you can have multiple devices shooting in different places for very inexpensive. Okay? The point is this, we can shoot all the behind the scenes stuff, and then we can share, hey, just created an awesome new video about this thing that I'm passionate about. Stay tuned for more soon, right? And then it pumps them up and they're going, oh, like what is that? I want to know more, and it engages them as we go, right? And this process allows you to create a ton of content, but have a very finite amount of investment in time, which is just creating that 15 to 30 minute video. All right. How are we feeling so far? Good?
I am so glad Francois is going to work with Tim.
Yeah, we're gonna help you out.
I'm so happy you're joining us.
So, why am I teaching you all this? Because at the end of the day, more attention equals more winning.
Yes.
Whatever winning looks like for you, more deals, more properties, more money, more opportunity,
More Pura Vida.
more Pura Vida.
That's the whole goal.
Right? This process, if you do it the right way, will help you, again, expand your sphere of influence dramatically fast, dramatically far, with minimal investment time. That's my goal. Okay? Now, could you do all that stuff yourself? Absolutely, right? It will probably take you about 20 hours a week to do all that stuff yourself. So you probably shouldn't be doing it, because you can get someone for literally, even at $10 an hour, that's not that much. Okay? All right. So what makes for great content? Well, first and foremost, unique or desirable locations, like a cool city in Costa Rica. Or a beautiful beachside clubhouse. All right? We're all here for the rest of today, and we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be very, very, very disappointed if you're all not here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning shooting video content. Have you looked outside?
We did that already yesterday.
Yeah, right? Guess what, guys? And by the way, it doesn't have to be, literally just go walk from the entrance to the beach, right? By the way, don't even have to show the beach, just walk to the beach while holding your phone and shooting a video, because everyone's gonna be going, okay? Take advantage of this stuff, right? Events or conferences with other investors. Are we starting to get the point here, right? And by the way, guys, I encourage you guys to squad up, get together, work together. So one of you is shooting content, great, ask someone else to shoot behind the scenes for you, and then swap off. You're all here. We all can benefit from working together in this way, so why would we not do that? Okay? On-site edit project, right? So today, I know Tammy's going to be showing a bunch of people, and I think yesterday too, projects that are potentials. Why not talk about, hey, I'm in Costa Rica, we're looking at this hotel, or this house, or this dirt, or this whatever, right? Look, this is what it could look like, right? And then you do this, and then your VA puts the rendering in there, and it looks really cool, okay? Walking a property you're looking at. By the way, if you are walking a property you don't own yet, don't talk smack about the property while you're there with the owner. They don't usually take kindly to that, ask me how I know. Yeah. Or your office, how was the desk series? Literally just set your phone up, right? Get a little a mini tripod. My backpack's back there, but I have one. It was literally, I think, 15 or 20 bucks on Amazon. It's a tripod about this big, expands out to about this much, and I just set it on my desk and I can record video at my desk, just like that. Right? Don't overthink this stuff.
Right.
The reality is, the things that seem monotonous and boring and normal to you, like comping a property, looking at things, going through the numbers, reviewing a contract, that stuff to everybody else, they go, what kind of crazy stuff are you doing? Like it's different. We have to think differently, okay? So a couple more things. How's AI going to help you? It's going to be great for content creation, video creation. It can create pre-written communications like text messages, emails, or Facebook or Instagram messages. Do all this for you, okay? It's going to help you raise money by building more awareness. Creating this content, right, will help you get it out there. It's also going to help build your buyers list, which is a really great way if you need more buyers for your stuff. So let's say for example, you're like, hey, I want to attract other investors into a project, or I'm down here in Costa Rica, I found a bunch of great lots, I want to sell them to other buyers or bring them in in some capacity. It'd be great for that stuff. What it's not good at yet, it does not write great content. It writes good content, but not great content. It will not create great video yet. The new version is much, much better, but it's not great yet. It will not, it actually will send communications out. You can actually plug AI in to communicate with people for you. I would not recommend this yet. I just don't trust that it's going to do the right thing yet. Sometimes it just misses the mark a little bit for what we do, and you don't want that. right? By the way, this also goes for any transcriptions of videos. Always make sure that you review that stuff before you post it. I had a video that transcribed it transcribed my words as, I hate black people. I was like, whoa, hang on, that's not what I said, right? So just make sure that, just check it, right? It's not gonna handle your closing for you, right? Like, it's not gonna do all that stuff for you. It's not gonna fix your bad communication, and it's not really good at automating in terms of like, hey, I just give you a video and you go create this stuff. It's not that intelligent yet. We'll get there, absolutely. Is it there yet? No. Okay, so a couple of things I want you to understand about the AI landscape and using this as a tool, because I gave you guys a lot of tools to use in this stuff. You need to understand a couple of things. So here's us, investors with our bags of money, because we just raised a bunch of money because we have lots of great content along my process.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to use AI to help us with things. It can help us with a bunch of things. Keyword ideas. So what should I be talking about? What keyword should I have for my YouTube videos that Andrew's talking about? Now, quick thing. Keyword ideas are only relevant up to about mid-2022, I believe it is. So it's not the most recent data. So understand that it may not be as good as doing it yourself live, but is it better than nothing? Sure. And the great thing about YouTube keywords is they don't tend to change dramatically over time, especially in real estate investing. It's a lot of the same keywords that we're going to find out there, or same variations, so you should be okay with that. All right? Next, topics and ideas of what to talk about. Always a great thing. Next up, we've got email content. Everyone should be emailing your email list. You should have an email list. If you don't, you need to get one. Talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but here's the thing. Email lists are still the single best way to make money. Right? In 2020, right, so from 2015, I believe it was, to 2019, the average ROI for email was going down. In 2019, it hit its lowest ever, at $36 ROI for every $1 spent. Let that sink in for a second.
That's a big ROI.
$36 was the lowest it's ever been. In 2020, it jumped up to 45. 2021, almost 50. In 2022, we're still waiting for the numbers, but we expect it to be around $54 to $56 ROI for $1 spent.
500%.
So think about that. Real estate's good, but email is so much better.
So are you talking using platforms like Constant Contact?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I got you covered, man. It's almost like I know where your questions are going. I love it. That means you're paying attention, though. Video content. So we can use it to create ideas, scripts, things like that. The new version can start to create video content. Is it great? No. There are tools, though. I can go out there and record myself on a green screen. It costs about $1,000, right? It will make an AI version of me. Then I just type in whatever I want me to say, and it will create a video of me saying it.
Oh my.
Okay? So that exists.
Mine is very creepy.
Texting content. One of the hardest things for me, because I'm a very verbose person, is writing something in 160 characters. So I don't. I say, here's what I want to say, make it 160 characters, and ChatGPT spits it out for me just like that. It's perfect. All right, and then last but not least, image creation. I love using this for image creation, especially if I don't have something that I want to use, right? It will create cool things for me. Now, here's the problem with all of this stuff. This is all great, but you have to be reviewing all of this stuff. It's not good enough to trust implicitly without human review. So always check what it spits out for you and make sure that it's actually what you want, what you intended, what you need, right? It's not saying you hate black people, because that would probably be bad for your business, I imagine. All right, then all this content, one second, all this content is only useful if you get it in the hands of the people that need it, right? So we have to use our CRM, our blog, and our social media to pump content out to people who want to know what we've got going on. If we don't do this part, then everything I just talked to you is pointless. Because creating video content and spawning it but never sharing it is irrelevant. It has to be out there. All right? Sticking with that, I have a CRM question. Go ahead.
Yeah, with the human review. Then once you've got the final product, how do you edit the editor?
Well, you can't edit the editor because we don't have access to that. But it will spit it out for you. So let's just say it writes this all out in a blog post for me. I can just copy paste it into a Word document and then I can change it from there. Yeah, very simple, right? It's all copy pastable, right? Now, there are AI tools like Jasper, for example, is a really good AI tool for text editing that actually allows you to see the content and then highlight a paragraph and say, rewrite just this paragraph, or I want to edit just this, and it does it all in the tool. OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, is not that sophisticated yet, but you can always just copy it, paste it in a Word document, and then change from there. Okay? So all of this is great, but there's one big problem. We have to get people to actually do action. right? So we have our video, our one video, one thing I told you to focus on. We're using our VAs to spawn that content, push it out to our website, through our CRM, to our email list, our text list, to our social media, right? This will garner us attention, right? Which is what we want. But then, if we don't have, if we have their attention, but we don't gauge their interest, drive their interest level up in the things that we're doing through communication via email, via text, via messenger, via phone calls, via Zoom calls, whatever it is, right? We don't build their desire. If they don't build their desire, they're not going to take action with us. So if you don't do this part here, everything I just taught you today is pointless. Because we won't actually attract the right folks in. So there's not going to be a good ROI for you unless we do those parts. Okay? So what does that mean? Outside of social media, we have to have a great website. And we need to have a good CRM that can handle the communication. By the way, it needs to do text marketing and it needs to do email marketing. Text marketing is the single most impactful thing that you can do right now. In fact, 93% of anyone under the age of 40 would prefer a text over any other form of communication. 93%. So if you are not texting or your CRM can't do texting, you are literally losing out on a massive pool of people who might want to do things with you. Right? Because the reality is, a lot of those folks are our buyers right now. They're coming in, they got money, they got good jobs, right? Especially in the United States, the top 10% of the top oldest 10% of the workforce retired early because they said, COVID, I'm done, I'm out. And so everyone shifted up, so they've got more money than they've ever had before to do things like this, right? But they want to be communicated with the way they want to be communicated with, not how you want to.
Texting, just
Texting, simple texting. I'm telling you right now, I close more deals over text than I do any other form of communication.
You're not
Hands
talking
down.
WhatsApp, you're talking text.
Text. Well, I mean, yeah, we can't automate through WhatsApp, unfortunately, so we have to use texting. But there's ways around that. You can do international texting. There's plans. There's things. It'll work.
But basically, WhatsApp with the text.
Correct, but you can't automate it.
You get a VA to do it.
I can't build a sequence that says, hey, when you do this thing, automatically send you this message so that you get that. Because now what you're creating, by the way, if you're manually texting WhatsApp, that's what's happening. You have to be manually texting.
Right.
Yeah.
You do this process and you get 1,000 people in the next 12 months that are interested, that's 1,000 people you have to maintain communication with. That's going to be very difficult to do as an individual, doing manual texting. Okay? So you asked, hey, what's CRM? We have our own. Look, selfishly, do you have to use mine? Absolutely not. Would I love for you to? Absolutely I would. It's built for real estate investors. Called Velocity CRM. I'm happy to chat with any of you guys more about it. And then we also help with websites, and we can actually do everything I just showed you today. It's not cheap because it's a lot of time. So I showed you the cheaper way, which is to go get your own VA, but I can help you with any of those things. Okay? But if you follow the process, it will work. Why? Because literally this is how we're doing our real estate. This is how we're building what we're building. Right? Now, I would not be a good digital marketer if I didn't offer you an opportunity to opt into my CRM to get text messages and emails so you can follow me with my content, blah, blah, blah. If you go here, if you scan this with your phone, go to this QR code, put your information in, I'll send you a document that contains the 5 follow-up sequences you need to have in your CRM to talk with private money lenders and how you need to handle that communication so you can raise more money for all these great deals you can want. Okay? So I'll leave it up there. Any questions?
Are you good with
Should I
that?
be able to click on it?
No? Everyone's mind melted sufficiently?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Perfect.
Maybe.
Thank you guys.